Good evening and welcome to another edition of Monday Moments. I want to say happy November 1st to everybody. It's a brand new month, a brand new start, and there's nothing better than being able to have a clean slate. So, as we go into this month, let's remember, no matter what circumstance that we are in, to be grateful for what we do have. Even in the bleakest of times, we can find some light. So, anyhow, my name is Michelle, and I am co founder and co director of the Doodle Den Foundation. Very quickly, we are a nonprofit organization that helps those who are recovering from a serious injury or illness that are in the rehabilitation stage of their recovery. So we are, you know, we're always in great need of volunteers throughout the state of Maine, as we would love to have groups of people in each county that that have an hour or two that wouldn't mind, stop going into a nursing home and maybe just visiting with somebody and that's going through the rehabilitation state, and then it's a very hard environment to be in. And somebody that, even if you sit and play cards with them for an hour or just talk to them about anything other than their illness or injury. We're always in need of volunteers for different fairs, festivals. We need, as we go on, we're going to need volunteers that will also help at the campground as well as with the puppadoodles, who are getting very big. And actually, I have a really great picture of them that I will have Aaron post for us very soon. They are hysterical. They still have thumbs. They can get into things that I don't know how they do it. They know how it, it looks like they have big bear paws, kind of, but in reality, they're very little and they can get through just about anything, and they can stretch them, and they know how to like sweep what they want. Or in fact pull it. So I'm not quite sure how the pulling part goes yet. They actually hop, not jump. They hop. They jump too. Um, but we have one, Moxie, who is very, very, very laid back. Not Moxie, I'm sorry. I said that one really backwards. Harper, which is our blue merle mama to be soon. Not yet, but soon. And she is absolutely, oh my gosh, she's a love bug. She could care less about what's going on. Where if you're going to pet her, she'll just sit and stay right there. She's not going to leave. She kind of just like collapses and doesn't move. Doors can be wide open, kids running around, noise. She don't care. She only barks if somebody's near the house. However, she has learned, interestingly enough, to watch the security cameras. And she will, in fact, watch the security cameras where the lights go on. And it's funny because our golden doodle does the same thing. So I don't know if it's like a poodle thing or what, but that's the only way I can explain it. Harper's very quiet and very, okay, I'll just lay here and let you love me. And then we have Miss Moxie. Little Miss Moxie. Yes, Ray, you're right. Ray just said it's right in the name. If anybody out there is familiar with Moxie soda, it's almost like, okay, I'm going to go old school here and be showing my age. It's almost like Jolt. It's like that, like more caffeine than a Mountain Dew. It'll like,
it's good. What are you going to say?
Yeah, I'll get right. Oh, it's good. Yeah, not so much. So it's like a very high energy. Boy, was that the right name for her. Moxie, although she is a follower, Harper's always the first one to jump the gate to get over it. And Moxie kind of follows. And Moxie kind of looks at her like, why did you jump? When she just then moves the gate and walks right through. But that's the only time Harper, I think, really goes crazy is when she jumps the gate and just to run to the other door to run back to go. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's she thinks something different anyway. So Moxie is our resident big mouth. She thinks she can speak. She makes so many different noises that we sit and laugh because every day there's some kind of new grunt, groan, or moan coming out of her. And she's got like, if anybody's out there, like the handlebar mustaches, yeah, she's got a black handlebar mustache. So it's kind of funny. And Harper also, she'll groan at you like she's over it. So those eventually are going to be our mamas to our service animal breeding program. That they are the very, very, very beginnings of it. So if you're asking yourself, how can you help? You can help in numerous ways. One, share our video, get it out there, let people know, that we are a new foundation. We are doing things that no place else in the country has yet to do. Unfortunately, if you go back in previous videos, you'll find it. Unfortunately, um, wait a minute, brain fog. I had to find out the hard way where the holes were and what was lacking. And I think being at the lowest of low. And ultimately, that's where the Doodle Den Foundation was born, was in a nursing home room when I was at my lowest low with my best friend, Steph. And at that time, we didn't have the name, although now we do. So any help.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello. Hello. How are ya?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. And that is Janelle. Janelle is also, I was just saying, on the board of directors, as everybody on our board has either been through or has been a caretaker of, or in some cases, both, been on both sides of somebody that's been in this situation. Many times there's programs out there to help, but they're 55. Like I know in Maine, it's 55 and older, the Homeward Bound program. So we are the, I guess, safety net. We can give you resources, information. We have our own things that we can also help you with. If you're needing help, please visit us on our Facebook page. We always have a What's Up button. You can always direct message us, or you can call us at 401 585 2536. And somebody will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Janelle and I tonight are going to go over your rights. And I think this isn't just important for the people who are going through the rehabilitation stage or are going to be going through it, because like say you have a surgery scheduled. Hi Patricia. Hi Pat. Welcome. So what we like to do is go over your rights and protections as a nursing home resident. This is something that is super important for everybody to know. Whether you never know at what time you're going to have an accident or an illness. I can tell you personally, the day I broke my neck, I didn't wake up that morning and say, hey, I'm going to break my neck. Or the day of the car accident, I didn't go out saying, hey, today's things happen within a split second. So these are actually important for everybody to know. So it says, Janelle, you said you still have your copy as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Okay. So as she's pulling it up, I just want to say I'm going to go over, you know, as a nursing home resident, you have certain rights and protections under federal and state law that help ensure you get the care and services you need. You have the right to be informed, make your own decisions if you are able to. If you are mentally able and you are in the correct state of mind, make your own decisions regarding your care, everything. and have your personal information kept quiet. I know in both of the nursing homes that, well, all three of them actually, all three of them that I was in, my personal information was never kept quiet.
Mm.
Now, how can your information be kept quiet if you're in a semi-private room? The little curtain when they come in doesn't cut it.
Right.
You can still hear absolutely everything that's going on and being said. And some things you really don't want to know.
Mm.
And some things you really don't want, well, other people to know.
Yeah.
So that right there is a problem. I know in numerous times that would actually yell my name up the hallway. Telling the other one to grab something or something had to be done. They would yell my full name and room number.
Right.
That is a problem. And it could have been a very, very big problem had a certain person gotten there a day or two early. So there's a problem there. So also the nursing home must tell you about these rights and explain them in writing in a language that you understand, whatever language you are more fluent in. They have to give this to you all in writing. And remember to always hold on to these if you're ever in one. And if they don't give them to you, ask. This must be done before or at the time that you are admitted. So not, a week later, no. Like as if you are able, I know sometimes people come in and they have them sleeping so that the transport that doesn't hurt them. But if you are able to, and that's like number one. Um, as well as during your stay. So if you lose your copy, ask for another one. They have to have copies because they actually that you guys may know it as HIPAA, the Health Information Personal Privacy Act, something like that. And that it has to do with where doctors can't even call and say, is so and so a patient? Can't give you that information because your personal medical information should be protected as much as you would protect your own children, your own family members, your own loved ones. Because if your personal information gets into the wrong hands, really bad things can happen before you even know about it. Look at like the people that are now squatters, people that were put in nursing homes. People found out that they were in the nursing homes. They stayed there, got mail there, and now they're refusing to leave. Now these people, it's a mess, and it's happening everywhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a little crazy. With that said, I am not in any way, shape, or form on this platform getting political. However, I would like to remind everybody tomorrow is election day. If you haven't already, get out there and vote. No matter which way you go, exercise your right to use your voice in how you want this country ran. And if your candidate doesn't win, okay, that stinks, but let's find a way to make it work. Bottom line,
Mm-hmm.
no reason to get all messy about it. Let's put
Mm-hmm.
it that way. But get out there and use your voice. Because honestly, that's the biggest gift you have in life is your voice. And here's the thing, you guys all know that, and I want to make sure that everybody understands this. When they give you your HIPAA paperwork, when you first go in, you actually have to sign a paper. Now, nobody ever reads. They just go, oh, HIPAA, that's the privacy notice, and signs away. Because you must acknowledge in writing that you were handed a hard copy of this information. Now, I know I've been to doctors that have said, oh, you've seen HIPAA before, right? Just sign right there, and got nothing. And people have to remember, I'm speaking generally. Every state also has added state laws or different state laws. Always check what your state law happens to be. And this is, bare bones basic. The nursing home must explain and tell you these rights, how you should act and what you should do and what you're responsible for in a nursing home. But say you have something that you feel is a violation of your patient rights, then it tells you in that little mini stack of, it almost looks like a little mini novel of paperwork that you get. It's in there. Look, it's under the HIPAA. So it tells you the chain of command that you must go to and who you notify. But it also tells you what your responsibilities are as well. Um, and at a minimum, federal law specific, okay, specific, okay, I can't say it.
Specifically?
No, specifies. There we go. Sorry, guys. I have been off all day. I have dropped everything, broke things, wrong words, you name it.
It's okay,
It's
Michelle.
happened. So, Janelle, it's just one of those days.
Yes.
So, you, at the very minimum, it specifies the nursing homes must protect and promote the following rights of each resident. And we're going to go over them a little bit. And tonight, actually, I believe, is going to be part of a 2 or 3 part series, depending on how far we actually get. Because I want to make sure everybody understands this, and me and Janelle can kind of go back and forth, and we can kind of have a little bit of a conversation about each one with, a hypothetical,
Mhm.
not real, not saying it happened. So, okay. So, first and foremost, you have the right to be treated with respect, above and above and beyond everything else. You have the right to be respected.
Mhm.
You have the right to be treated with dignity, as well as make your own schedule and participation in the activities that you choose. You have the right to decide when to go to bed, rise in the morning, and eat your meals. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I always told you I'd be honest with you. In all 3 that I was in, all 3 that I was in, I wasn't able to make my own schedule. I wasn't able to wake when I wanted to. I wasn't able, I would be told, go to bed. Or I could watch the TV with absolutely no sound because they didn't have any more earphones. And I had a private room. And that was only because there were so many gizmos and gadgets and yeah. And I can remember they would wake me up at like 7:30 every morning. And I would have physical therapy at 11, between 11 and 11:30 every day, Monday through Friday, for 45 minutes. And then they would leave me sitting in a chair, like a recliner that turned into like a wheelchair type of thing, or my high back wheelchair. And then at 2 o'clock, they would come in and tell me it was time for me to get in my pajamas, put me back into the bed, and if I fell asleep, they would actually, like during the day, they would actually come in and wake me up and tell, "Why are you sleeping?" I just had massive surgery.
Right.
Might have something to do with it. Um, so how many other people out there can look at this and go, "Hey, wait a minute. People will use as much control as you give them. The more informed you are, the more you educate yourself, the more you can use your voice." So, Janelle, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I'm right here with you, but I think everything you said is very important, and I agree 100%.
It's you're treated more like what's a good word? A commodity, kind of. So the next one would be participate in activities, which, guys, I'm going to like straight out tell you the truth. If they have every nursing home and rehabilitation facility as an activities director. In many of the skilled nursing facilities, which are nursing homes, um, like they have bingo twice a week, which I was there for that. And I
Mm-hmm.
will tell you, well, if you won, you could only win once per day, and you won $2.
Wow.
So I won a few times actually. Um I also ended up writing a paper for the what do you call it? The nursing home had like a newspaper that went out every week,
Mm-hmm.
and it would tell people like was something that people could look out for is that they have like these little it really it's like a little newspaper, and it tells you all of like what's going on, like from local news, like little stories here and there, or activities or events or whatever else it may be. um get involved. Do not stay in your room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
That is one of the worst things you can do because you're in your own head at that point. And unfortunately, with any of the ones that I know of, not saying that there isn't one out there, but any of the ones that I know of, none of them have a counselor. They have a social worker, but that she only basically does intake. So I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I had something that was, I think it was a bug. Yeah. I was outside right before I came here, like into this room. Ray had let me sit outside. Well, he didn't let me. He put me outside for a few moments so I could like kind of breathe and like calm down before I went on. Because as much as I try and make it a very fluid conversation, it can be a little daunting because some of our videos have over 5,000 views. So Ray doesn't help with do you realize that means that there's 10,000 eyeballs on you?
Thanks, Ray.
So, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Ray. So he makes it a little daunting, but I try. But when we have days like today where I am off, like cognitively, like with words, my hands aren't doing what I'm telling them to do.
Mhm.
Like I'm just a complete mess. So thank goodness I'm just kind of trying to get through. And so if I stumble, I always said, I'd be honest, this is who I am. This is who I am now. This is what I got to work with. So I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Um, you know, so you have the right to participate in any of the activities programmed designed to meet whatever needs of yours that are met, as well as the needs of the other residents. Like, if, say, they have, I don't know, a racquetball or a race or something, or whatever it may be. It can't be something that is a clear disadvantage or something you physically, like your doctors are saying, no, you can't do that. And you're stubborn and say, yes, I can. And yeah, and then it never ends well. So listen to your doctors.
Mhm.
So part of the skilled nursing facilities job is to look out for not just, so you have to keep this in mind, not just your well-being, but everybody else's as well.
Right.
I mean, if you want them to care about how they're treating you or a loved one, then you should kind of care how they're treated as well.
Mhm.
It's not always just about you, unfortunately. Many of these nurses are not trained in rehabilitative medicine, or and they are running a floor that has people from very young, like teens, to 90, on one floor. And I know in every nursing home I was at, there was either in one of them, two of them, it was one RN per floor. And now each floor could hold 100 patients.
Wow.
And what happens is that you have the CNAs that it gets dropped onto.
Mm-hmm.
And then the CNAs are doing a lot of it, and the RNs are responsible pretty much for only doing medication, because they may be the only person on the floor that can do medication.
Mm.
And if you have 100 patients, I can guarantee you in your 12-hour shift, you're going to be giving some patients medication up to every 2 hours.
Right.
Or every hour if there's certain medications that have to be spaced apart. And then you have your LPNs who can basically give you anything non-narcotic or anything sedating. They can give you an inhaler. They can give you stuff for, like, if you're on oral, like, stuff so you don't vomit. They can give you, like, things that are not cough syrup, allergy stuff, things
Mm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else goes to the CNAs. Usually when you ring your buzzer, it's a CNA that comes in. And you may have one or two LPNs per floor with an RN. And then maybe 3 to 4 CNAs per wing or per hallway, each hallway holding 50 patients. It's not a good look.
No.
And, you know, they try. Some are really bad apples. But a lot of stuff gets missed. And you have to go on their schedule because they're so spread thin. So
Right.
they generally don't let you make your own schedule, even though you do, in fact, have that right. If you do not want to wake up at 6 a.m. and they are coming in, unless it's blood work or medical, or you have to take medication or something to that effect, or your blood pressure, anything medical, if it's just to wake you up, they can't do that. That's what that was. Okay. I have a bad habit of when I am, it wasn't a bug from when I was outside, actually. I have a bad habit, and Janelle can vouch for me on this, that I have a bad, when I'm very, like, my anxiety is high, I actually chew on my fingers. Like, not even just the nail anymore, like the actual knuckle.
Mm.
Janelle's looked at me many times like I was insane, thinking I was like gnawing on my hand. So, another one of your huge, huge rights, and this is where we will leave off on the rights for tonight. So, I'm going to mark it as these end here, and we'll circle it there for that week. Okay. And we'll also be talking about some statistics as well. These rights and protections of a nursing home resident are also going to be posted on our Facebook page. The last one for tonight, and it is a huge one, is to be free from discrimination. Nursing homes do not have to accept all applicants, but they must comply with the civil rights laws that say that they cannot discriminate based on race, color, national origin, disability, unless they do not have the proper medical items you need. Disability, age, or religion. The Department of Health and Human Service Office of Civil Rights has more information, and you can find that at http:// www. Actually, I'll write this in the thing while I'm talking. Sorry. http oops grr http semicolon. I used to know how to type. Now I look at the buttons and go, huh? www.hhs.gov/OCR. And you can it's an extremely informational website. It will explain in detail exactly what discrimination may look like in those circumstances. And actually, we may go over some of those next week as well. But before, I know on Instagram, where this is also, we have to wrap up within 7 minutes or it cuts off. So, as many of you know, our Doodle Den Foundation website is getting a facelift. However, if you would like to help us grow and help us help those in the communities that we serve, which right now is the state of Maine, hopefully we will be doing a second chapter in the very near future. However, we are taking care of Maine first. And then we are moving to our second once we have a solid base, as this will be our home office as well. So while that is being done, you can make a donation by visiting our Facebook page. We take Venmo and PayPal. And you can just click on those, and we are a 503c. So please remember, any and all donations are 100% tax deductible through the IRS. You can like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever platform you're watching us on. Come back, join the conversation. We're always open. If you have a story you'd like to share, please do. We'd love to hear. We're all together in this.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not have Venmo or PayPal, you can also get a hold of us by either the phone number listed in the comments or by emailing us at the Doodle Den Foundation at AOL.com. And we will be more than glad to help you. That phone number, the 401-585-2536. You can also text. Also we hit our WhatsApp app button or direct message us. One of us will get back to you as soon as we possibly can, because we are setting everything up. Things are a little crazy, but I promise you we can get, and we do have other ways that you can also, that we accept, but they don't have a like button on there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the other way, and it's not by I take nobody's numbers. The other thing that you can do is, if you have any medical equipment that you or your loved one no longer needs and it's collecting dust, please send it our way. Again, you can email us at that email address or give us a call or text at the phone number, and somebody will get back to you. As if you have, now when I say medical equipment, wheelchairs, walkers, toilet seat extenders, shower extensions, the little grabber arm, mine's over there, I can't reach it, little arm grabbers, dressing sticks, you name it. We also need volunteers. If you are in the state of Maine, please contact us using those ways in the chat that we have listed. So I literally did that in 5 minutes. I think that is the fastest I have ever done that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the best ways is share this video to your story. Let your friends and family know. If you know somebody that needs help in the state of Maine, we can help with the resources here. But if you are not in the state of Maine, we can help you look up resources where maybe you can get help. If there's any way that, our hope is to have a chapter in all of New England, each of the New England states within 5 years, and moving throughout the rest of the country within 10. What we're doing and what we're building, that's it. There's nothing else like it in the country. So we do have some prizes coming up. So, okay. I hope everybody had an awesome time. I hope you maybe, thought, wow, I didn't realize that maybe they can't make me do this. Or at least I know if I'm going, I have to ever go there that they can't make me do this. So, which is part of what we aim to do, is to give resources, inform, and to let you know that if you need help, we are an email, a direct message, a WhatsApp, a comment, whatever you need, away. And the Doodle Den Foundation is there regardless of age or ability to pay. So I say good night to you all, except for my Janelle. I say I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you again here next week, same time, same place. And I want to kind of spend a little bit more on the free from discrimination a little bit and go into some of what the HHS and the Office of Civil Rights and that they can, we can help out a little bit more. But the link is also on the website. And Aaron is going to be posting your rights and protections when you're at a nursing home or a skilled nursing facility, being posted onto our Facebook page. Right now, our Facebook page is kind of our website, even though the website will be back up. So, good night to everybody. We will talk to you next week. Have a wonderful week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.